before going to Informatica, there are some in Informatica Nexus is related to joins. So joins, I think, but how to join two tables, how to insert data, like how to join two tables like that. So before inserting data into one table, so need some constraints. How to insert, like what type of data inserts, like right. So like in this lesson, what we learn now, like related to constraints. First of all, let's learn some constraints related. What are constraints are involved in the data flow. Like in this lesson, we are going to learn one of the most important topics in SQL that directly connects with the Informatica Target Design, and that is constraints. Okay, constraints are basically rules applied on columns to control the type and quality of data inserted inside the table. Okay, here mostly we have five types of constraints mostly we used in Oracle SQL. That is one is not null, one is unique key, and primary key, and foreign key, and one is okay not null, foreign unique key, foreign key, and primary key. Sorry, primary key, foreign key, and check also is there. So here rules for each column, constraint nothing but rules for each column in a table. Okay, one null is not equal to another null. Here by using a primary key and foreign key, you can give establish relationship between two tables. Right, table can have only one primary key. A primary can contain more than one column. Two or more columns have single primary key, composite key, or called as composite key, and nasal key or candidate key. We will discuss all these things. Okay, no worries. Let's see here. First of all, let's discuss about first constraint, that is not null. Not null constraint is nothing but not null means that column must have a value. It cannot store null, right? It cannot store null. So if you use a constraint not null that cannot store nulls, it does not allow nulls, right? Let's see in database. What is our source? Let's see. Connect. Password is admin. Okay, I think services are not running. Okay, let's see. Let's try one more time. It will take some time. Okay, here caps lock is on. Admin. Okay, let's see. So here, for suppose, if you want to use one not null, how to give constraint for a column not null as a not null. So it does not. For suppose students table is there. Let's check me. Let me check. Students table is on. Select start from student students. Select start from students. Okay, students table is not there. It was already there. Okay, I'm creating table. Create table students and student ID number 5. 5 characters. It allows. I giving not null. Not null constraint. Previously we give data type only for each column. See, here I am giving not null. Not null means what it is. Let's see. Already used an existing object. Already used it. Then why I am unable to student students. Okay, all data is there. Just drop this table. What is the syntax for drop? Drop table, table name. Drop table, table name. That's it. That is it will drop the table. See, table dropped. Create the table. Yeah, table created. So let's insert some data. Okay. Insert some data like insert statement, right? Some insert query. Insert into student ID. Insert into where I have to insert. Insert into student ID. Students table, student ID, student name, student marks, city. Okay. So these values some from video. Okay. So here see one row inserted. Let's see. Select a star from students. STUDE into students. See what happened. One row inserted. One row inserted, right? So in the same place, student ID is not null, right? See, here, if you give nulls, null, what will happen? See, it is throwing an error, right? That is the constraint, beauty of constraint, right? So here, what for suppose does not allows nulls only, but it allows duplicates, right? Duplicates are allowed in not null because we are only restricting nulls only, not duplicating. Let's see, I am copying. Oh, for suppose here only 10, right? Or suppose same record is there and executed. See, two records. Same records are there, but two records because it allows duplicates. It is allowing duplicates. It does not allows nulls only. For suppose same query, if you give null, it won't work for that column only. For same query, you give 10, and if it did not give anything, just simply execute now. Control inserted. See what happened. You give only student ID, remaining nulls. See the only student ID, remaining nulls it is giving. So remaining columns it will give null, but it won't give null for the constraint, not null constraint. So you can't insert nulls, it will throw errors, right? That is not null constraint. Let's see unique constraint. What is unique constraint? Unique ensures duplicate values in that column. So here you can insert duplicate values in the table, but unique constraint is there. No, what unique constraint will do? What unique will do? It won't allow duplicates. For suppose let's create one more table. For suppose let's create one more table with same structure. Other table, students 2. I took students 2 also existed. Then drop it. Simply drop table name. What is the table name? Students 2. Sorry. Students dropped. Now see students 2. What I did, create table students 2, student ID. I took student ID, number, and unique. I am assigning a constraint, unique constraint, right? Unique constraint nothing but it does. I already told it does not allows duplicates. Does not allow dupes, right? Then I created table. Now let's say for suppose same data, take Ramos data and insert it. What it will do? It will insert the records. Check the students 2 records. How many records are there? sorry, here students to give students to. Now insert. Again it is throwing error. Why? Let's check what are the records are there. Does not exist, sir. Let's create the table. Okay, tables to created. Now any data is there? No data. So insert one record. So one row inserted. Select it. One row inserted. So in above what you did, not null column. If you try to insert, record, it will insert. But here same record, it will be inserted. But if you try to insert same record, it won't work. See, it will throw error. Why it will throw error? Student ID column has constraint, that is unique constraint. Unique constraint won't allow duplicates. If already record is there, same record is there, you won't. But if you change that record student number for suppose 10 to 11, for suppose you change to 10 to 11, remaining all same, it will allow. But because constraint is only for one column, that is student column, constraint is not for remaining columns. But you can use constraint for other columns also, right? That is constraint. So as I told, duplicate student ID not allowed, but null is allowed. Unique for null is allowed. For suppose here it is there, no, NULL. If you give null, it will allow. See, it will allow. 3 records will be there. Understood, right? It will allow nulls. Null is allowed, and more than one null is also allowed. Null can't be considered as a duplicate. One null never equal to other null. See, any number of times you can insert. See, one more record will be L, one more null record will be added. See, one null never equal to another null, right? So null is also allowed, but null is unknown, right? And SQL treats null as not equal to null. So that is beauty of unique, right? I hope you understand. So not null, you can use both. For suppose you can create null and not null in a single table. You can create. For suppose create table student for one table. Here I am using not null and unique constraints. Not null and unique constraints. I am using unique and unique not null. Like this I am using. How to create constraints. So student ID, that data type, and not null given, and unique constraint also given, and I use remaining columns also, right? Let's see. Students 4 created. Select start from students 4. So see, no data. Let's give insert these 2 records. One row inserted, one row only inserted. Why? I will tell. Even one row also not inserted. Sorry, here 2, inserting into 2, not 4. So give it students 4, right? Let's create. Let's check. One record inserted and the second record not inserted. Why second record not inserted? Because Ramu is there, no? Ramu name, student name is there, unique. Already one student name is there, so you can't insert. Insert that one, right? You can't insert again Ramu, and you can, if you want to try other records, you can try like that, right? So it won't work. You can use any number of constraints like this, right? Let's say about primary keys. What is primary key, right? Here primary key is like for the column, it does not allows not nulls and it does not allows nulls and duplicates. Means it here that one primary key column acts as a not null constraint and unique constraint. So it means no dupes, no nulls. That primary key constraint does not allows nulls and duplicate values. Let's see. Create one more table. Primary keys. Primary key. Let's see. Yeah. So let's create created table created. Let's check the table that existed or not. Sixth one, table student 6, same table I am taking. Okay, so no data. So let's see. Let's try to insert these two records again. So here just tell me answer. If I execute the insert statement, what will happen? Primary key, what is the primary key functionality? Does not allow nulls and dupes. That is the primary key functionality. Main theme of my primary key does not allow dupes and nulls. So here first record it will insert. What about second record? Second record won't insert because primary key, we implement primary key here on first row student ID. Student ID. Primary key nothing but student ID should not be duplicate or null. So if already first record I inserted, see. First record I inserted. Let me check whether inserted or not. See, whatever. Okay, sorry. Here six you have to give. Okay. Yeah. So one record inserted. Again, if you run the second one won't insert. Why? Because student ID we can't give null, right? You can't give null. If you give something, you can't give null. See, I will show you. You can't give null. It does not insert a record. It is showing error. See, one record only is there. So okay, then don't give null. Then give 10. 10 also. What happened? 10 also allow or not allow? Tell me. It does not allow because it will show unique constraint. See, unique constraint. It acts as primary key, also acts as duplicates. I mean unique constraint and not null constraint. See, only one record will be there. See, one record will be there. If you say something 11, if you give something 11, it will work. Row inserted, and two records will be there. Now, what will happen? So remaining same also no problem. But these two, where we applied primary key for first column we applied. So those two should not be null, should not be duplicate, right? That is the main beauty of primary key. But here, can a table have two here interviewer will ask related to primary key. Can a table have two not null keys? Yes, it can have two not null keys. It can have, yes. Can a table have two unique keys? Generally, unique keys you can have any key unique keys in a table. Okay. Can a table have two not null unique keys? Yes, you can have. Here, can a table have two primary keys? Here we have to say no. One table can contain only one primary key. Okay, but primary key can apply for combination of two columns, right? Combination of two columns. For suppose, how to give combination of two columns? We can't give primary key two times. See, for two columns. See here, if I give here also now, for suppose, it won't work. Here to give primary key for two columns, student ID you already given, number, student name, student mark, and city. And primary key, if you want to give primary key to the another column, you have to mention like this: primary key, student ID, and student name. Like this, you have to mention, right? You have to mention like that. So for suppose, comment this. For suppose, if you give primary key to this and also this, if you execute now, it won't work. Why it won't work? See, table can have, see what it is telling, table can have only one primary key. See, self-evident. So remove extra primary key. It is suggesting remove extra primary. If you remove this and execute now, it will work, right? So if you want to apply primary key for these two these two combination is different, separate application. See what it difference. For suppose if you apply these two, what will happen, no? So you created a table. So no data, table created but no data. Here I will prove you how it will works. So primary key I am inserting into, so these two columns I am inserting. What it will happen? So I am inserting into 7, table number 7. Student 7 I am inserting. It inserted. Let's see, one record will be there. Should be there. So one record inserted. So again, if I try to insert this record, it won't work. Because why it won't work? We applied 10, okay, it is different. Student name is a primary column, and student ID, student name also primary column. But student ID is different, student ID is different. But also the combination student name should be different, right? Student name should be different, then only it will work. So the combination should be unique. The combination should be unique. If you add some Raju, then it will work. See, if I insert this record now, sorry, here 7, it will work. The record inserted. Why? Here the combination 10 Ramu and 11 Raju, that is different. Both are different. If you here 10, if you give 10 here, for suppose if you give 10 here, it won't work. Students, 3 records are there. Sorry, 1 second. Previously, okay, the combination should be unique. Okay, previously Ramu is there, but suppose 11 is there. Throws an error. Here combination should be Ramu and, okay, combination should be unique. So here 11 Raju and 10 Raju is there, and if you here, it won't work now. Okay, for suppose here, if you give Raju, 10 Raju is not, 10 Raju is also there. For suppose 10 Raju are also there. 10 Rai, for suppose Raku, it will work. It will insert it. Inserted. For suppose Raju is there and 12. Inserted. 12 Raju inserted. So the combination should be unique. The combination won't be repeat. See, 10 Ramu is there. Any 10 Ramu is there? Not there. 11 Raju is there. Not again. 11 Raju won't be repeat. 10 Raju is there. 10, but again if you insert no 10 Ramu, it won't work. 10 Raku, 10 11, 12 Raju means the combination should be unique. Combination should not be repeat. Even the names you can repeat. See, Raju so many times, but the combination should not be repeat. So that is the beauty of primary key. The combination should not be repeat. So in special cases, for suppose in real time, 2 tables should be unique. The combination should be unique. That type of data should maintain in a table. At the time you can implement like this, right? So in this way, primary key we can implement. So what is the summary of primary key? So one table can have only one primary key. It may contain single column or multiple columns called composite key. So here this we can call as composite key, right? So let's see foreign key. What is foreign key? Foreign key nothing but referential integrity. We can also call referential integrity foreign key. Okay, foreign key. Here foreign key will works only with primary key. It maintains some relationship with primary key. Here foreign key table we can call as child table, and which contain primary key is called parent table. So child table has the foreign key referencing to primary key. For suppose, let's see one example how to create foreign key. How to create foreign key, like here create table. For suppose some department table is there, department table, department id, department number, department name, like this, location and all. Location id is there. Location id is the primary key. For suppose we will call so primary key we can't create like this directly. So first of all, one department related table we have to create for primary key. That is, then only the foreign key will work. Like this. See, one I created one employee table. Employee table is there. Employee table, if employee id, employee name, salary, and department id is there, that is primary key. Primary key, department id is a primary key. So while creating foreign key, department id, create table, department, and department id, department name, location, and location id. Here primary key given location id. So this is another one. So here primary key is location id. Here primary key is department id. But here department id is there now. Here department id is there now. We can take reference. Here department id is there. We can combine these tables. These two tables can maintain relationship with that, right? So here how to create foreign key department id. So department, here we are telling our department id is a foreign key reference with employee department id. What is the table? Employee and employee department id. See, like this, what it is, foreign key department id. Foreign key currencies department id reference employee department id. So first let's create employee table. Created, and here two tables created. One is employee table, one is department table, right? Select star from emp. Let's check. Yeah, not colon, semicolon. Both tables created, right? Also one more we can create like this with same reference. We can create so here one primary key is there, right? Here one primary key is there. So referencing that two by taking the department table as a primary key table, and we can create another table with foreign key. It maintains relationship with department table. See, create table location id, and location address and country. See, foreign key here, foreign key location id. So here in this table foreign key location id reference with the department location id. Department location id, where is department location id? This is department department location id. Sorry, department table, and location id is the column name. Department table and location id is the column name. Why take reference? Here assign foreign key. So here this is the child table to this table. Means for this, what is the parent table? This is the parent table. So here this is the child table to location table, is child table to department table, and department table is child table to employee table. So here one more trick is, if you want to delete employee table, first execute this. You can't drop this table directly, because the dependencies should be deleted first. Child tables we have to delete first. This and this, later this, it will work. So foreign key will maintain foreign key can so what is the difference? foreign key always reference a primary key of another table, right? So one primary key can be referenced by any for any many foreign keys. One primary can be for this table, primary key table is there. No, this based on this table, by taking reference employee department reference, we can create other table also, not only department table. By taking department id as a reference, and we can create any number of tables. So if primary key and foreign key exists, so here foreign key and primary keys exist, drop child table first, then parent. So if you want to delete this table, sorry, if you want to delete department table, you have to delete first child table, right? Then only. I already told. So for suppose, if you want to see the structures like this, if you want to see the structures of the table, just go to right click, open, and here model is there. No, click on the model. Here it will show the relationship between one another, the dependency. It will give the dependency flow. See here, primary key, employee ID has primary key. It depends on department ID. Why it is not showing? Location table, why it is not showing? It's created, no? Okay, location table is not depending on a employee table. So if see, so if you open employee table as acts as a parent table to department table. But suppose if you open department table, see, for department table, child table, for location table, what is the parent table? Department table. For what is the parent table? Department table, employee table. See, employee table. So employee table acts as a parent table, and department table acts as a parent table to location table. This is the dependency. Like this, you can identify the flow, right? So location ID depending on department table depending on primary table. So in this way, we can identify, we can execute, we can assign primary key, foreign key values. And what else more? We have to. Oh, anything we missed? Okay. Let's go to our. Let's close this. In this way, the dependency you can check it. So let's see about some check constraint. We forgot check constraint. For check constraint, create a table. Check constraint. So how to check constraint? So check means nothing but what it will do. Check constraint, what it will do. Check constraint allows us to enforce custom rules. Nothing but if we insert salary below 5,000, like for suppose if for a column, say for a column, salary column is there. In the salary column, if you want to maintain the persons who are less than 5,000 for a table, in the table, if you want to less than 5,000 salary persons only. In the table, if you want to maintain a salary whose salary is less than 5,000. So it does not allow. If you give a check constraint, check salary like this, if you give check constraint, what it will do? No, sorry, employee table already is there. No, employee one, give employee one. See, employee one created and no data. So for suppose if you insert, insert some data, like write in SERT, insert into, what is the table name? Employee one, right? Insert into table name, just parenthesis, in that employee ID, comma, employee name, comma, salary, right? And values, simply you can give parenthesis, any employee ID, you can give employee ID is a number, right? Any number, for suppose 545, and name Jagu. Sorry, name is a varchar, means you have to put in quotations, Jaga, comma, and salary 5,000, 4999, right? Yeah, like this you have to insert records. Employee 1, employee ID, column name should not be capital, but so insert into employee 1, employee values will be given correctly on the, then why it is not aligned? Check constraint. Salary must be, sorry, salary greater than 5,000. Sorry, we have to, there we given salary greater than 5,000 means 5,100. If you give 5,100, no, then only it will loss. See, one record created like this. Whatever the constraint you give, see 5,000. So same record if you enter, it will allow. No problem. It will allows duplicates and null values also. No problem. See, if you give any null. So if you give null, what it will think? Null is highest value. Whenever you give null, it won't consider as less than 5,000. It is the highest number. So what it will allows. Null is the highest number in the table. See, it will allows nulls. Right? If you give 0, it won't work. Because greater than 5,000 it requires. It won't work. So any number of it allows dupes, it allows nulls, but it does not allows the constraint greater than 5,000. Less than 5,000 it won't allows. Okay, less than 5,000 it won't allows. For suppose 6,000, 5,000 also it won't allows, I think, because 5,000 greater than 5,000, it should be greater than 5,000. 5,000 10 rupees it allows. So this is the beauty of constraints. So how can we connect to Informatica? Right. These constraints directly influence Informatica design. Right. That's why I am telling. When we import tables into Informatica, these constraints become part of some metadata related. Right. Primary key decides lookup join condition and uniqueness, and foreign key defines data relationship between two tables. Right. And here check and not null constraints guide data validation in ETL mappings. So mastering SQL constraints is mandatory before mastering Informatica Target Design and ETL flow. That's why ETL workflows. That's why I explained constraints. So next we'll see joins. Joins is one of the most important concept in real-time scenario. Also, number of times we will use. Okay, let's go to joins in the next session. So thank you so much. Please share, subscribe, and so much. I will try to share my knowledge what I have, and Python generative AI also is there coming. Once ETL completed, no, I will do that also. So I'm not just teaching the course. So these are real-time scenarios, real-time working knowledge. This is all this is, because I experience it, because I have an experience of 6.5 years into ETL and Informatica. Sorry, SQL and Informatica. So real-time I experienced all these things, and I can say I have to share so much related to Informatica further. Once I covered entire all the topics related to Informatica, I will share my real-time experiences, real-time problems, what I faced and all I will share. So let me cover all the topics first. Later we will deep dive into real-time other scenarios also. I will share my experience also. So these things will helpful to get job ETL side or any SQL side. So seriously learn, try to focus at least 30 to 40 days. Then you will clear any type of interview related to ETL and SQL also, right? Thank you. Please share, like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel. Bye.